Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, today I'm in another supermarket, and this one is called the Asda. Asda is sitting in the middle of a retail park, which would be very similar to what you would find in the United States. It's absolutely huge. It has many, many aisles. And it's so big that it's uncomfortable trying to walk around it. The experts are saying that we no longer look for such big supermarkets as we did in the 1980s and 90s. Now we're contented with ones which are a little bit smaller. So I would guess supermarkets like this will be beginning to disappear again. It's very much an American model. Of having to drive to a retail park which serves many towns and villages. Unfortunately, what these retail parks have done is destroyed our shopping areas in our own towns and villages. I know that the high street here is dead, there's just nothing in it. And in this retail park, there's a cinema, there's Asda, there's a coffee chain, which I'm sitting in right now. It has everything, but it's not always cheap. But it is nice. It is nice. It's nice to get out of the house and come here. If you're looking for anything, whether it be magazines, vegetables, or greetings cards, you'll find it all here. So let me just describe what I'm looking at here. Well, I'm sitting in the coffee shop looking out into the main supermarket, which is in the same building. And I'm watching people queuing up and desperately trying to pay for their own goods. So all of the checkouts with people are closed. So there isn't a lady or a man to scan our shopping. We're expected to do that ourselves. So there's a big queue of people waiting to scan their shopping. They all look stressed. All different shapes and sizes and colors, because the area where you scan your own shopping is very, very narrow. What else can I tell you about it? Well, there's lots of faces looking very sad and stressed. Some people looking for assistance, wondering how to operate the tills. Some people with children. Very, very difficult, I think. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 13 on the other side of these self-service tills. And then further along, there's the same, but they're a bit bigger, with room for baskets. Beyond that, I can see the vegetables, big, huge cans of Coca-Cola stacked to the ceiling. Security guards wandering around, as well as a pharmacy which is in the corner, and I would guess there's a security guard in that pharmacy as well, because obviously they're selling and have behind-the-counter products which people may or may not want to buy. Medicine here is generally very guarded, so they have to be very careful in a building like this. What else can I see? Most of us are wearing heavy coats still because it's very cold outside. Scarves and gloves are still here. This particular coffee shop is kind of brown and colored with a massive sign that says Costa Coffee, which is a reference to the Spanish word Costa, meaning coast. But they would be right. It should be Costa Coffee because it's very expensive just to get a coffee in here. The seats are brown. The floor is brown as well. It has a kind of dull brown feel to it. Looking at the columns, which are kind of bandage colored. Again, it's all very American style. You know, people are relaxing with their coffee. But unlike what you would see in the States, where it's very clean and people are maybe chatting over coffee, what we have here, I think, is a lot of very lonely people staring at each other, looking at the bus times, looking rather nervous. So it shows our culture is very different. We generally don't socialize so much. I can see some families here though. That's always very good. Yeah, and the bright color of fruit and veg are glowing in the window. I can see them, they're just a stone throw away. Many young people here, security is watching them because they're running around unsupervised, getting in everyone's way. Lots of chocolate Easter eggs, that's something we do for Easter, we eat lots of eggs. So I can see them there as well. Yeah, many people in this coffee shop very bitter because what we do is we pay for our shopping, then we wheel our shopping trolley into the coffee shop, and there isn't really too much room for that. So there's a lot of people staring. I wanted to get ingredients to make a Lebanese chickpea stew tonight, and I'll be making that, so that'll be fun. That's why I'm here. Signs of diversity, yes, I can see a very large black bodybuilder there, which is kind of unusual to see here, but I'm all for that. I love diversity, as well as different expressions of sexuality. This coffee shop has gay flags everywhere. I don't know why. And there's also people that I'm unable to determine which gender they are serving. But again, that's the way we live. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, very nice lamps they have in here, kind of glowing in some kind of modern art sense. Again, looking down at my own table here, the trays are dark brown. The drinks are dark brown because they're coffee. The cups are white, but the liquid's dark brown. So it looks a little bit depressing, you know. I don't know why I say that. It just doesn't look like it's fine. But of course, everything is okay. Yeah, and that's it, really, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed this little description of the supermarket. I'm being stared at bitterly by a number of people who are wondering why I'm talking into my phone and I don't have my phone to my ear. So it's quite clear that I'm recording something. So people are kind of curious, I think. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. So it's nice. Lots of different voices. I'm hearing English accents as well. That's always a good thing. What I love about English people is they're functional. So they're able to get up in the morning, go to work, come home, set up their own business even. Whereas people here feel a bit dead. They're not really able to do very much, partly because this area has a huge disability rate. Also because people here may have problems with addiction like drugs and alcohol. Many people think that Scottish towns and villages are kind of sleepy, nothing ever happens, but let me tell you, some of them are majorly overrun by drugs gangs. Some of them you can't go to anymore. When the industry vanished, they just never recovered. And someone told me the other day that one of my neighbouring towns is so bad that even the drug gangs left because there's nothing in it. So I'm just telling you this in case you think that the UK is all like London, because really it isn't. And there's certain areas which need addressing urgently. Right, that's it from me. So beautiful, very nice to be with you all again. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let's talk again soon. See you. Bye.